everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at how to do an example which includes partial fractions to find the inverse Laplace transform of a Heaviside step function. Let's get to it. So here's the function we're going to be working with today. You'll see we have a function where we've got two terms in the denominator and we've also got two parts to our numerator. It's one term but two parts. When we find the inverse Laplace transform, if you remember examples in the beginning of the series, you look at the denominator and you see whether or not your denominator is the same form as anything on your table. If it's not, you look to see if you've got factors, like you do in this case here. So you've got two factors because you've got two different brackets. And when you have a situation like this, you know that partial fractions are going to be used somewhere along the line because you need to split that denominator, and partial fractions is the only way you can do that. When we look at the numerator, you'll see that you have this exponent here. Whenever you've got an exponent hanging around in a function like this, it means you are working with the Heaviside step function. So the first thing you want to do is just get that exponent to the side. So we've got 2s squared minus s plus 2 over s squared plus 4 times the second bracket. And if you look at the second shifting theorem, this is the first part of that theorem, and the expression here, this fraction, is what we need to find the inverse of first. So let's ignore the exponent and just see if we can find the inverse of the fraction. So we know, let's just write here, we take 2s squared minus s plus 2 over s2. Let's make that s squared plus 4 times s plus 1, and that can be written as as plus b over s squared plus 4 plus c over s plus 1. And then you can solve that using partial fractions, and I'm not going to do that. You can refer to one of my previous videos. I'll put a link in below to how we use partial fractions in order to solve that. A to be 1, B is going to be minus 2, and C is also going to be 1, which means that 2s squared minus s plus 2 over s squared plus 4 s plus 1 is going to be equal to s minus 2 over s squared plus 4. C is going to be 1 as well. So this will be 1 s plus 1. All right. Now remember that we want to take the inverse Laplace transform of this fraction. So we first broken it up into two terms. So now we have denominators which are on the table. If you look at the first term, however, once you move to the numerator, that numerator is not on the table. So we're going to have to break this up. So that is going to be equal to s over s squared plus 4 minus 2 over s squared plus 4 plus 1 over s plus 1. Then, if we take the inverse of 2s squared minus s plus 2 s squared plus 4 s plus 1, we take the inverse of our right-hand side. The first term is going to be cos 2t. The second term is going to be sine 2t, and your third term is going to be e to the power minus t. So now we go back to our original transform that we want to find the inverse of. So we had e to the power minus 2s. We now have what the transform, the inverse transform of the fraction is. So I'm going to rewrite that. So now we can write our original example as e to the minus 2s, and this is the transform of cos 2t minus sine 2t plus e to the power minus t. And this is the form of your second shifting theorem. So if we remind ourselves what that is, it will be so there is your second shifting theorem. And we see that in the example, we have now the e part, which is the e part. We also have the transform of the function, which is the second part, which means we can now find our inverse, which means then that f of t is going to be u of t minus 2, because that 2 is in the power, right? So remember, we're moving from our right-hand side to our left-hand side. And in front, we need to put the function. So that's what we've got there. And I've left a really big space because we are going to use what is inside the bracket here. So we know we have the cos function 2 times t plus the shift minus sine 2, let's just write this right, sine 2 times t, including the shift, plus e to the power minus t, including the shift. And that is the inverse Laplace transform of our example in terms of the Heaviside step function. You can now write it in interval notation if you want to. You're going to have to find out what interval u of t minus 2 is going to be 1, and then you can write it out if you need to. If you're asked to do that in an exam or a test, or if you need it for some other calculation, or if you need to draw a graph from it. I hope that example was helpful. I will see you in another video for another example. Bye.